live trading webinar by Precise Trader.
Okay, hello everyone. I welcome you back again to this live trading with Precise Trader. This is 12th June. Do take note of the risk disclosure. Okay, day trading in Forex is risky. Past results is not indicative of future performance, and contents of this workshop is mainly educational purpose. And the information is entirely at your own risk. Yeah. Okay. Now, coming to end of the week. Okay, let's. This is the last trading day of the week. Okay, looking at the economic calendar, I think there isn't any data much out today. No, in fact, not the important data is tonight. So as a result, okay, what we are expecting is, okay, probably the market may settle down around this range, or maybe the market may be a bit quiet, or unless the market takes a cue from the stock market. Okay, I do not know whether you all are aware that yesterday, in fact, there was a huge crash on the stock market, especially, the Dow Jones, NASDAQ, S&P. See, sometimes we need to read and analyze all this news, because that will help us in the direction of the market. So yesterday, I think it was about close to about 8 to 10% drop. It was a huge drop. Okay, of course, the reason they have given is, right now I think the COVID cases has shot up again, and nobody can say. I mean, nobody can interpret whether this is a second wave or this is just because of all those lockdown has been released. That's one of the reason. So as a result, yesterday there was a huge drop. Okay, coming back to our studies. Okay, we look at. Okay, let me change this. Okay, in fact, the dollar strength has come in, but I'm not very sure whether this is a major turn or it's just a congestion. Because if you look at the trend, see, the dollar weakness was for the last 2-3 weeks. The dollar weakness was been happening, especially against the euro, pound last 2 weeks, dollar yen. Okay, of course this is exceptional, and dollar Swiss also is in the safe haven status. Okay, now Aussie dollar, CAD, New Zealand dollars, all this were excuse me, were strong against the dollar for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and for the last few days. Okay, I would say it started on today is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Okay, Thursday, yesterday. Yesterday the dollar strength came again. Okay, this looking at this, of course, see, whenever the turn happens, okay, we have to get a lot of confirmation. Okay, a lot of confirmation, and of course we need to analyze carefully whether is it a genuine turn or this is just a congestion. Okay, because usually the market doesn't turn all of a sudden. Okay, that we need to give time, and we need to get the clue from the market. So yesterday, of course, it's been dollar strength, and if today is a continuity, then we would say that probably the dollar strength has started. But on the other hand, if just today is just flat, and next week is again flat, then probably this is again congestion, and the dollar weakness is not over yet. Okay, now looking at today's scenario, okay, we feel that dollar yen, okay, this is moving. I think this is a retracement. Dollar Swiss also is a retracement. So these two are viable trade for today and now. Okay, dollar Swiss and dollar yen. And if you look at on the hourly, 12-hour chart is supporting, 6 hours is supporting, 4 hours is supporting, and all. So overall is we try to look to buy this, and of course our target should be, we should be exiting before yesterday's high or the day before high. Okay, then that is our target. And support, we got to look at the chart and analyze. So let's look at the chart. Okay, looking at the dollar yen chart. Okay, in fact, this has been on the weekly. In fact, it's a huge down move. Okay, in fact, this move we did anticipate, and I do not know whether you had a chance to look at. We also publish market outlook every end of the week. I mean, sorry, beginning of the week. So that means like every Saturday, every Saturday, Sunday we publish what is to be expected for next week. So in fact, this, if you have a chance, you can go into YouTube and have a look, and this will be published. We have been publishing it for the past few weeks, and we also do comparison of what we have, how was our call and how did the market respond. So at least you can get a rough guideline how is the market behaving based on our call. So this move, okay, this is right now, okay, in fact this is already down, and if you look at on the daily, okay, the daily looks like the market has turned down, but again on the weekly this is flat, okay, meaning as long as this low and this high holds, okay, then the market can just be in a range until you get a break up above or break down lower. So until then this is going to be in a tight range. So now looking at this, so now looks like the daily correction down is already over. Okay, it's already over. Okay, let me just, because we get an order field, let me check what is this just before we go on. Okay, this was Euro Aussie. The Euro Aussie. Yeah, okay. Euro Aussie. Okay, this is order field. Okay, now mind. So now looking at this, uh, looking at the chart, we feel that okay, this has the correction down is already been over. So overall is we look to buy this, and we should make sure that we exit before yesterday's high or the day before yesterday's high. So which means 107.88 or 85. So we are right now trading at 107.45. We have another 45 pips move. Okay. So now where do we buy? Okay, let me see the target one more round. About 75 to 108 level. Okay, so now where do we look to buy? Okay, we can look to buy here. Yeah, 10725. Okay, yeah, so we look to buy near 10725. Okay, then we put a stop below this levels 10690, and we got to exit before 70.75. So this is about 50 pips move. Okay, there's a 50 pips move which the market is giving. So let's double confirm with the system. So we are buying at 10725 and our stop is 10680 to 90 and our target is 10770 75. Okay. So looking at the system, okay, looks good. Our target can be at 65 or 85, 65 to 80, and buying level should be at 10710. Okay, 10710, and our stop should be below 10680. Okay, so based on this, okay, let's take a trade. This is dollar yen. Okay, this is maximum low. Okay, we are looking at 10690. In fact, today's low is 85. Okay, 85. So sorry, open. Low is 10655. Okay, so here we look to go for a limit buy and entry is 10725 and the stop is 10680 and the take profit 10775. So we have about 40-45 pips stop loss and we have about 50 pips target. Okay, this is let me see what is the yeah. So this one is since there is no data out, probably we can put in until 11. Okay, until that time belt, you know. So we try to take this trade, and the other trade we were looking at was dollar Swiss. Okay, dollar Swiss. Let me go into dollar Swiss. Okay, dollar Swiss. It was a correction down, but it's within a range, you know, within a congestion on the weekly. So if you look at on the daily, okay, look at on the daily, looks like okay we may have seen the low or we may have seen the base. Okay, so now the correction looks like it is already over. So now we are expecting the price to push higher. Okay, at least for tonight. Okay, the maximum high we can look at is between 95.15 to 95.70. Okay, so the maximum target we are looking at is 95.15 to 95.70 or 80. Okay, so now it looks like we may have seen the correction is over and we may have seen the low. Okay, the conditions are all in place. Okay, now where is our entry point going to be? Okay, as it is, we go on a very conservative target, which is about 95.20. So we have about 50 pips move. Okay, 50 pips move. And what we feel is since we have already seen the low, okay, right, what we feel is okay, the price should not this should be the low, and I'm not expecting the price to go below this level. Okay, let me draw the channel. This is just nice. Okay, so our entry would be roughly about 94.50. Okay, 94.50. We want to exit at maybe this channel, which is 95.15. So we have about 65 pips, and our stop should be below this level. Okay, 94.10. Okay, let me see one more time. Yeah, the stop should be below 94.10, near about 94, huh? Okay, let me verify this with the system. See, all in all, I mean, if you look at the system and if you analyze the chart, uh, the most is within 1 to 2 minutes, you can decide what you want to do, where you want to take your entry, where you want to put your stop loss, and where you want to exit. So now looking at this, okay, the system is saying a target of 95.05, okay, and our entry for the uh, point, what's the market is saying is about 94.30. So right now is 94.30 is where the today's low. So we may want to take in between, probably about 94.50. So I think it still supports. So we want to exit, we want to enter at 94.50, the stop at 94, put a stop, the low is 94.30. So probably we may want to put at 94.05, yeah, about 45 pips, and we want to exit at 95.05. All this, if you write it down, then it will be much more easier for you to do, because see, I mean, normally I say out the figures, so that's why sometimes it will be a bit using different numbers, but overall if you write down, it will be much more easier for you to uh, initiate the trade. So our entry point is, we are going to go for a buy 94.50, and our stop should be below that 94.10, which is 94.05, and our exit is definitely below 95.15. Remember, I drew a channel and it was about 95.15. So if we want to exit before the channel, so we have about 45 pips risk, and we have about 55 55 uh, reward. So I think it's about 1:1. I think, again, this is no data out tonight. So this trade, we want to work till night, 11 o'clock Singapore time. Okay. So let's see whether we can trade anymore. Just okay, this is the current trade. These two are viable trades. In fact, this dollar yen and the dollar Swiss looks quite potential. I mean, I don't know whether you will be able to get that price, but if you see the price breaking 94.80, then you may not see the price, and the price may push higher. So overall, is a good trade setup which we are looking at. Okay, the next trade we can look at is, okay, let's see, unless we want to go into the crosses, let's do the majors. Okay, majors, if you look at euro, okay, euro, the last session was up, and within the high was within the -3. Okay, let's see euro. Okay, let me go and see. Hold on. Let me go and see the strongest, weakest, so at least we may get some ideas. Okay, This is because the market just started to move, so it's not giving much clue on this, and the reason also being because there's no data out. Okay. Okay. Let's look at euro. Okay. Okay. Euro right now, in fact, the market has moved up overall on the week, and right now is pulling back from the high. Okay, of course, here the question is we are not pretty sure whether this is going to be the peak, or we may see some more higher, because this looks like it's a congestion to us, so at least it's not a confirmation yet. So, but looking at on the hourly, okay, looking at on the hourly, okay, what I feel is probably this may be the high. So, but the only thing we need to understand is it is going to be in a range between this channel range. Okay, this is going to be within this channel range, and until we get break this here, this level, then we may see the price moving lower. Otherwise, what is going to happen is the market is going to be in this range, before we get a clear direction whether it's going to go higher or it's going to go break lower. But overall is, what we feel is there is a very high chance that this may be the temporary high or temporary peak. But to give us a confirmation, the market should break lower. Okay, should break lower. So once it breaks lower, then we can pretty be sure that this is going to be the top, and we can expect a correction down. But as for now, what we feel is probably I would say the percentage is about 60-40. There is a very high chance that this is the high. So based on this, if we are going to take a trade, then probably we may want to sell at since we have seen the high. Let me see, at 30. Okay, let me see. Yeah, so probably we may want to sell near about 113.30, and our stop should be, let me see the tight stop. Okay, stop should be above 75. Okay, stop is above 75. Yeah, 75.80. Okay, so we sell at 30, stop at 80, and our take profit. Remember, I said that it has to break this low, then only we see the price lower. Otherwise, it's going to get caught in a range. So probably we have to exit before 112.40. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see on the dashboard. Okay. So the stop we can put above 75, and even 90 would be 90-95 would be a comfortable level. But since this is reward is much lower, so we'll put a tight stop. So we want to put above 113.80. So then we want to exit at 112.90. So we sell at 30, exit at 90, or even 75. We got to exit anywhere. So 90, maybe we get about 40 pips move. So on the other hand, on the top side, we have about 45 stop loss. I think can be done. This is It's about 1:1, close to 1:1. So what we will do is, this is a scalping trade. We want to sell. Okay, hold on. Let me double check the selling level. Forgot. Okay, the selling level is, the system is saying is about 35. So probably we want to put at 35. Previous high was 40. So we put at 35. So this is a limit sell. This is one lot. We want to sell at 35 and we want to put a stop at 80, 5 pips above 75, 80. So our risk is about 45 and we want to exit at 90. So this is again, we can put until 11 o'clock. Okay. So this are the 3 trades. And of course, we can go on like that. We can put as many trades as we can. But the only thing is, we got to make sure that, we are sitting in front of the screen and we are managing the trade. Otherwise, in the event something, happens, some news is out, if the market goes against us, then probably we have to close the trade or we have to take a loss. Yeah. Okay. Any questions or any markets you all want to discuss? Okay, feel free to ask. And in fact, the last few days, I think the trades call, I don't know how many of you managed to be in the trade. Uh, most of the trades were working out well. I mean, sometimes, see, you must understand, sometimes you see the trade, if there is no opportunity, then we may try to take a trade because, we are trading for a living. So that's the reason, you might get stopped out or you may the trade may go in the wrong direction. See, most of the time, see, as long as the market, and I also did highlight to you the last time, the market is not always nice to you. Sometimes it's very nice to you. Sometimes it's not very clear. So we got to give some time for the market to give us the clear indication or clear direction. So then we can go in the direction. So that's where, so on that note, probably if you're not comfortable, then the only way is probably you can go in half lot or you can scrap the trade. That means you don't take the trade and you just pass the trade. Yeah. Okay. Any okay, pound. Okay, the pound. Looking at the pound. Okay, let's look at the pound. On the weekly, it's a congestion. On the daily, looks like we may have seen the high. Okay, looks like we may have seen the high. And let me see. Yeah, there is a very high probability that this high is going to hold for some time and we may see the correction down before the next phase up. So the only question is how far is going to go and how far is going to be on the downside. Okay, that is where we need to do the analysis and trade accordingly. Okay, let me see how far it can go down. Okay, this we are looking to go for a sell and okay, let me see the previous day and 12 hours. $127.5. 12720. Okay, 12720, 12680. Okay, all these are resistance levels, huh? So 12680 and 12720. Yeah. So this is our selling level. Okay, so we may have seen the high, that 12655 may be the high, or we may get one spike up before the market is turning. Right now, it may go up, then eventually turn down. But whatever happens, okay, I'm not expecting the price to go beyond 12720 and 12680 and 12720. So these are the two key levels I watch. So on the other hand, for tonight, okay, uh, okay, this the 125, because there is no data out, probably the 125 50 may hold. So in other words, we try to sell here and we got to exit before this level, unless you are planning to hold over the weekend. Then different is a different ball game. That means, probably you may want to hold for a price much lower. But for tonight, what we feel is we may want to short near 60 65 and put a stop above 127 and want to exit. Okay, let me check on the system. Yeah. So 126 80 and 127 are resistance levels. So selling level, I think 12665 is a viable trade, and I want to exit at 125 75. Okay, 75. So because definitely I want to exit before 125.45, which is today's low. So based on this, okay, if I'm going to give you a trade setup based on this, okay, probably we can go on a pound. We try to sell. Okay, I'm not expecting beyond 85. Let's say 127.10. So I would want to go for a limit sell, and I want to sell at 126.65, 127.15, and 125.75 or 80. Remember, there was a support at 125.75. So this is about 80 pips move and 50 pips reward. And this is again, probably I want to put this trade until 11 o'clock. Because see, the reason why we are giving at 11 is because today is end of the week and we do not want to carry over our positions over the weekend. So, and also the market is not given us, see that now is the probability wise, the top is seen, I would say is about, I would say about 70-30, 70 or maybe 65 to 35%. So overall is, if the market starts to move down, then what we expect is correct, and we expect the price to move lower, lower. Even let me see. Since this is a day, yeah. If you are holding overnight, then it might go even lower, But overall, is I think we got to wait for more clues and more directions, then it will be much more easier to trade or much more easier to analyze. Okay, any other markets you all want to discuss?
Hello,
Dow
sir. Good
Jones.
evening.
Yeah, hello.
Sir,
Yeah.
it's regarding the home page, we have strongest and weakest and best cross to trade. How do you analyze that?
Okay, see, that one is honestly, I wouldn't advise you to look at it because, see, the best thing is, see, you need to have some experience. See, right now, see, we have to go on stages. See, if you are a newbie, okay, what I would suggest is first of all, you must believe in what we are doing and how we are doing. First of all, you must believe in the system and you need to apply this. So next is you need to learn. So what I would suggest is, next time when we arrange for some workshops, then we would guide you because that is mainly meant for those full-time traders. Full-time traders, professional traders, they look at it, they decide, then they do it. So right now is for newbies who are totally new. I mean, unless you are decided to go into full time, then of course you can enroll us. Then probably when we get a workshop, then we will guide you. But on the other hand, what I would suggest you is, go on phase, stage by stage. See, right now, if you are doing it in a demo account, try to go in a live account with a small amount invested. I wouldn't say a big amount. Probably, you want to put in about 1,000 US or 2,000 US, then you try to get the account. Because see, this business is very easy to do if you understand the risk reward, you have knowledge, experience and all, because you see, you can notice just within a minute I can decide what I want to do and how I want to go about it. But on the other hand, the main culprit is the emotion part. So this emotion part, what I would suggest you to do is try to overcome the emotion. That means try not to see when you do a demo. So even if you notice the last week, we got stopped out a couple of times, but you don't get panic or you don't get emotional. Right now we are back on track. So this opportunity will come every now and then. So to answer your question, what I would suggest is we go on phase by phase. Okay, try to go into live account, gain the confidence, gain the trust, then slowly then you decide. Okay, once you have the confidence, then then you can go full time. Because see, I believe, because I don't encourage anyone to come in full time until they lay their two legs and make sure that they are confident, they'll be able to do it and they'll be able to succeed, because that is the main thing. Because there's no point of you coming and learning and getting confused then because see, the emotion part is always is the most trickiest and most difficult thing to handle. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. The next question is, okay, the Dow Jones will go high or down. Okay. So in fact, I think the Dow Jones June, today, I think if I'm not mistaken, today is the last trading day. So we have already into September. So now we are looking at September, and right now this is looking at trading at 25,515. So in fact, earlier on I was saying this was the huge drop yesterday, and in terms of dollar value, even if you just do one contract, okay, you will be just surprised, just one contract would have gained or lost about 9,380 US. So that kind of opportunity, at the same time, that kind of risk, if you are in the wrong side of the market, then probably you get whacked, and this is the most difficult thing. That's the reason why we wouldn't advise you to trade at any point of time without stop loss. Even if you get stopped out, Okay, you can always come back, you can always make back the money. And you see, the whole idea we are doing this live session is, we have to understand how we do things and gain the confidence. And you take this, maybe, at a later part, you may want to take this as a career. Yeah. Okay, now looking at this Dow Jones, yesterday was a huge drop. So as a result, okay, looking at this, okay, what we feel is, okay, right now this market is, I'm not very sure whether this correction is over, or still we may have one more drop, and this is just a beginning of a new phase drop. So to give you this, as long as this 25,990 holds, okay, we still feel that this market has got a tendency to go down, go in a range, go down, or go in a range, then go up. So this is the critical level. So as long as this level holds, then we still feel this market has got some consolidation before the next down move or next reversal. So that is too early to do yesterday, because I think nobody would have expected that kind of drop and that kind of panic selling. And this is, in fact, this is I think this whole year, I think this was the biggest drop. So that again, so if you want to trade this comfortably or safely, then what I would suggest is try to buy near the support. The support is here, so try to buy with a low risk, and make sure that you got to exit. If you're buying here, then you got to exit before this. So this is what you got to do. And on the other hand, if you see up, then probably you may want to sell, and with a stop above somewhere here, then try to get it. But overall is, what we feel is this market right now is in a consolidation, and I'm not very sure whether this is of course we expected this drop. Because if you look at on the daily, okay, this has got a very nice move up, and this is a very nice move up. But the only so as long as this zone holds, this market can still go up. But the question is, because so many uncertainties and so many problems around the world, okay, we do not know whether this is going to go all the way down to test or even lower, or if it's just going to hold here and turn up. Okay, then only time has to give us an answer. But right now, the only answer I can give you is, this market has been holding, or this market has been strong, is not because of a genuine market strength. This is because of all the governments are pumping in money. US has pumped in more than, if I'm not mistaken, $2 or $3 trillion. All the Europe market, even the ECB, they have pumped in a lot of money. Most of the governments, they are pumped in a lot of money, and they are artificially holding this market. So right now, we are not very sure. That's why I said we are not very sure whether this move is going to sustain, or COVID-19 is going to cause another panic selling, and it might create a disaster. Nobody can know this, or nobody will be able to give you an answer as of now. So the only thing is, we look at the market, we stay with the market, and we trade accordingly. So that would be the best and safest way. Okay. Any any markets you all? I mean, this is the end of the week, and if you want to discuss, you all are. I mean, you can ask me any questions related to trading. So any markets, as long as we have the chart, we can discuss and do, and you can get a feel, and you can just, because this is basically you just gain the confidence, and you look at, and also remember that this is not a gambling. Okay, this is all a probability game, and this is all about probability game. So when we are right, we try to capitalize and we make money. When we are wrong, we try to exit with the minimum damage, and that's what we have to do, and we have to keep on doing it. See, remember, you want to trade for a living, you cannot give excuses, or you cannot afford to make mistakes, or you cannot afford to gamble. So if you want to take this as a serious career, the best thing is, you have to believe in the system, you have to believe in yourself, then you have to control your emotions, then that's the only way, you can develop yourself as a successful trader in the long run. Okay. Okay. If you have no other questions or no other markets, then once again, thank you for coming. Okay. Make sure you stay safe, and have a great weekend, and looking forward to see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.
Please click to subscribe below. Thank you and see you soon.